Module 16, pronoun reference. First, let's define pronoun reference. Pronouns must refer to a clear and specific antecedent. If the antecedent to which the pronoun refers is unclear or not specific, it is considered a pronoun reference error. There are two types of pronoun reference errors. The first, confusion is created when a pronoun does not clearly refer to one noun or a pronoun. In other words, if the pronoun has no antecedent, then we have a pronoun reference error. Let's look at example 1a. They say that students have to work diligently in college. The problem here is that the pronoun they doesn't have an antecedent. We don't know who they is referring to. We presume it's teachers, but we don't know. Let's look at a corrected sentence. Teachers say that students have to work diligently in college. Here, we've eliminated the pronoun reference problem by getting rid of the pronoun they and replacing it with teachers. Example 1b. I've always been interested in teaching and have finally decided to become one. Pronoun reference error. One is a pronoun, and it's presumably referring to a teacher, the noun, a teacher. But there's no noun, a teacher, in this sentence. A corrected sentence, I've always been interested in teaching and have finally decided to become a teacher. Another corrected sentence, if we really wanted to use the pronoun one, I've always wanted to be a teacher and have finally decided to become one. One is referring back to the antecedent, the noun teacher. Example 1c. John said he would phone, so I waited all day for it to ring. This is incorrect. It is a pronoun, and presumably it's referring back to a telephone or a phone. The noun phone. We have phone here, but this is a verb phone. We don't have the noun phone in this sentence. Let's look at a couple of corrected sentences. John said he would call, so I waited all day for the phone to ring. And John said he would phone, so I waited all day for his call. The pronoun it, which was so problematic, has been eliminated from these two sentences. The second pronoun reference type of error is type 2. Confusion is also created when a pronoun has two possible antecedents. If we look back to type 1, the problem was that there was no antecedent. But in type 2, there are two possible antecedents, so confusion results. Let's look at example 2a. Anne asked her mother if she might wear her new dress. Now, there's a few pronouns here. Two of them are correct, and one of them is incorrect. Her. Her is clearly referring back to Anne. It's Anne's mother. That's correct. She. I think it's safe to presume that she is referring to Anne. She's making the request. The problem here is with the pronoun her. We don't know if her is referring to Anne. Is it Anne's new dress? Or is the pronoun referring to mother? Is it the mother's new dress? We have to make it clear. In this sentence, the second sentence, it is made clear. Anne asked her mother if she might wear her Anne's new dress. So here, her is clearly referring to Anne, because in parentheses beside it, we've indicated and made it very clear. Now, this is a bit clunky to put parentheses in the middle of a sentence like this. The better way to do it would be to have Anne say something and in quotation marks put the direct speech from Anne. Anne asked her mother, "May I wear my new dress?" I and my clearly refer to Anne, since this is what Anne is saying. And finally, example 2b, Ken told John that his room was a mess. This is a problem, because we don't know who his is referring to. Is it Ken's room or is it John's room? Let's fix this. Ken told John that John's room was a mess. His is clearly referring to John's room because in parentheses beside it, we've indicated John's. Again, a bit clunky. To avoid that, why not have Ken state some direct speech where we put the direct speech in quotation marks. Ken told John, "Your room is a mess." it's correct. We know that your is referring to John since Ken is speaking.